the OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 8 Pro. They're very similar in specs, but I wanted to give you a true, real-world impression of which one was my favorite. Hey S'mores, I'm Shannon Morse. Welcome to Morse Code, where I do tech reviews and tutorials. If you are looking for in-depth tech and gadget content, you have come to the right place. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe to become a part of this awesome community, and check out my Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee links below to see how you can support this channel. I do have a new s'more on Buy Me a Coffee. I wanted to say thank you so much to Mendrobuxwa, maybe? Mendrobuxwa? I feel like I might be pronouncing that right. Not really sure, but I wanted to say thank you so much for contributing to my Buy Me a Coffee. You are awesome, and I also wanted to say thank you to my patrons over at patreon.com/Shannon Morse. Let's go ahead and get started. So I have the OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 8 Pro in my hands. Here's the 8 Pro, as well as the 8. Both of them are super cute, but honestly, I prefer the colors of the OnePlus 8. I wanted to go through the specs and kind of share some of my comparisons and some of my results after I have been using both of these for quite some time. I've ended up using both of them as a daily driver for at least a couple of weeks each, side by side, and I did reviews of both of these too down below. So you will see some similar information in this video, but it's not all going to be the same. So if you want to see my reviews, click the links in the description down below. So let's go ahead and move on to the OnePlus 8 design. So this one costs about $700 for the 8 gigs of RAM or 128 gigs of storage. Comes in glacial green. There's also the one that I have, which is that interstellar glow color. That one's $800. Comes with 12 gigs RAM and then 256 gigs of storage. There's a few other colors too, but the biggest difference on this one is the colors and the ounces in weight, which these are 6.3, and the dimensions are a little bit different. Also, big difference between the 8 and the 8 Pro, sorry if you heard my dog barking, is the 8 does not have any official waterproofing certification. So that's a very big difference, and it might be something that you want to consider. Now the Pro costs a little bit more. It starts at $900, and there's an $1,000 option as well, and those are 8 and 12 gigs of RAM, and I believe 128 and 256 gigs of storage as well. So you pretty much get the same RAM and ROM as you do in the 8, but the price is going to be a little bit different because the 8 Pro has more specs and more features. Now the 8 Pro is water resistant, and it does weigh a little bit more. Waterproofing is not necessarily something that is a buy or not buy for me because I'm very careful with my electronics, but if you are somebody who takes it out in the rain, or maybe you drop it in the toilet quite often, you probably would want the 8 Pro. Now moving on to the display, on the 8 you get a 6.55-inch fluid AMOLED display. It is HDR10 plus and 90 Hz refresh rate. That is the max, and you do get a lower resolution at 1080 by 2400 at 402 pixels per inch, and the nits brightness is also lower. This one is 1100. With the Pro though, you get 6.78 inches of Quad HD fluid AMOLED display, so it is quite a bit better, and you also get 120 Hz of refresh rate. Now that is a decent step up, but when you're looking at them side by side, given that it's such a small screen, you don't really see a big difference between 90 and 120. Now I will say from experience going to CES and seeing big gaming monitors, if you see those side by side, you can see a difference between 90 and 120. But with these small screens, it's not very obvious. An average consumer just probably would not care. The resolution is a lot higher on the OnePlus 8 Pro as well. It's 3168 by 1440, 513 pixels per inch, and you do get a brighter screen too. It's 1300 nits max brightness. Now the 8 Pro does have a polarized display, while the 8 has a regular non-polarized display. Moving on to the cameras. With the 8, there is no telephoto camera, and that's a big difference between the two. It does have a 16 megapixel ultra wide. There's also 48 megapixel main, and there's that 2 megapixel macro camera too, and you get 2x digital zoom. So overall, it's kind of lower quality than the 8 Pro. The 8 Pro does not have a macro camera, but it can take macro photos, and you also get a 48 megapixel ultra wide, 48 megapixel main camera, and then you get an 8 megapixel 3x zoom telephoto camera too. You also get the gimmicky 5 megapixel color filter lens, which I barely ever used after my review, so that's also not something that I really want to pay for. I wish they would have put something else in instead. Overall, for the quality, when I was taking photos side by side of both of them, I felt like the 8 Pro was better than the 8, so that's definitely something you will probably want to consider. But when it comes to video, both of them do 4K at 30 or 60 or 1080p at 30 or 60, so not a big difference there at all. The front camera is 16 megapixels on the 8. On the 8 Pro, it's also 16 megapixels, and it's also 1080 by 30 FPS. So the front cameras are basically exactly the same on both of them. As far as performance goes, I felt like both of them were relatively equal. Both of them have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 865. They both have equal amounts of RAM and ROM depending on which one you choose to go with. They both have the Adreno 650, and the 3D Mark test scores, whenever I was using the 3D Mark app, were almost exactly the same on average, and they do vary depending on like the battery life and whether you have the highest refresh rate on and stuff like that. So that is going to vary, and if you have apps running in the background, all of that is going to kind of change your 3D Mark test score. So I have to give an average because those vary every single time, but generally they were almost exactly the same. Now, one of the biggest differences is going to be the battery and charging. Now, the OnePlus 8 has Warp Charge 30T, so does the 8 Pro. The OnePlus 8, though, has a 4300 milliampere hour battery, and it does not have any wireless charging. But I did find that the battery life, I felt like on the OnePlus 8, it lasted a little bit longer than on the OnePlus 8 Pro. And that could be because I like to run everything at the highest setting. So I was running 90 Hertz versus 120 Hertz on the 8 Pro. So there is a big difference there. The OnePlus 8 Pro does have a 4510 milliampere hour battery, and you can also do that 30 watts of wireless charging, and you can also do reverse wireless charging. Reverse wireless charging was so cool to use. I've only used it a few times for my Galaxy Buds Plus, the little earbuds that I reviewed from Samsung, and they are so cool. It's really nice to just be able to charge it on the back of the phone. I think it's a neat little thing to do. But wireless charging is one of those things that I don't feel like is a gimmick. I use it all the time, and I use it almost every single night. I have a wireless charger on my desk, which is wonderful because I can just set phones there and there it goes. And I also have one on my nightstand, so I use them all the time. So that's one of those things that would probably make me choose an 8 Pro over the OnePlus 8. As far as my overall impressions go, with the OnePlus 8, I felt like it was solid. It has very few drawbacks, especially the waterproofing and the wireless charging, but the interstellar glow color, I really wish that was available in the OnePlus 8 Pro. The battery life is great, the beautiful screen is wonderful, and the camera is quite good. But if you want the additional features for an extra $100 or $200, then you'd probably want to look at the 8 Pro. And the 8 Pro is also very solid, very premium feeling. I just wish it had the same interstellar glow color available because that would make it just so perfect in my life. But it does have that wireless charging. It does have the waterproofing. And it also has a camera that I feel like is a little bit better than the OnePlus 8. So given that they are so close in price, I am glad to see that they both have very similar specs, but they do have some outstanding features as well. I would love to know if you have similar feelings about the OnePlus 8 and the 8 Pro. If you would like to see me do similar reviews and comparisons of phones side by side, kind of like this one, let me know as well. Comment below, and thank you so much to my s'mores for watching and for subscribing. I truly appreciate it. You are helping this channel grow each and every week. I'm Shannon Morse, and I will see you soon. Bye, y'all.